And we can look at the graph this way. As we can see from this Feynman diagram, an ejected photon will travel until it meets up with the electron's opposite number, the positron, and partner up with it, till it again parts company to eventually partner up with an electron. We can see that Feynman makes a particularly startling conclusion. The y-axis represents time. Our photon-electron pair travel forward in time, where the photon parts company to meet up with a positron, which is, in fact, travelling backward in time. Yes?
If these photons are travelling backwards in time, how come we don't see this reverse interaction?
Would you expect to see black light? We can't disprove what we cannot see, just because it is beyond our own limits and abilities. Come in. Had I not known who the author was, I would have suspected this to be another fanciful work of fiction. Another of Anaximander's unknowing supporters. You know what I mean about Anaximander. Anaximander postulated that the world is made up of a series of checks and balances. For every hot thing, there is a cold one. Light and dark, etc. Do you believe your theory is any more sophisticated than Anaximander's?
I believe every word of it.
But you can't prove it.
Yet.
And you intend to do this how?
You said it yourself in your opening lecture.
Jessica, my opening lecture is designed purely to stimulate interest in my class. It's merely a metaphor for the infinite possibilities that quantum physics represents. I use it to prepare those who persist in moving forward in this field, and to ward off those whose minds are not quite up to the task of thinking without limits.
So my hypothesis has no merit?
On the contrary, it's one of the most brilliant things I've read in my time in this field. Staggeringly so. But don't waste your energies on fantasy.
I will make this happen.
How's the theory progressing?
I have a working model.
And I assume you have proof of this work?
Of course.
Of course. A working model. Whilst once again your theory is sound, a computer model is not the proof I was looking for.
The electrons I need.
What am I seeing in there?
Based on my previous experiments, you're looking into the lab as it was about 8 minutes ago? I could get a wider field with a larger power source, but it would also increase the time discrepancy and instability.
Have you tried putting anything into the field to see what would happen?
A mouse.
Wow, straight for a living thing.
Well, I put a pencil in first, but a pencil from 8 minutes ago looks the same as a pencil now. The mouse, however, scurried off outside of the range of the machine as soon as it went through, and sought refuge somewhere else in the lab.
You do realize the possible consequences of uncontrolled breaches in the time field. Tread carefully, Jessica. Introducing charged photons into the space-time field invokes all sorts of laws which, in theory at least, all result in a mass energy release of charged particles.
That's why I've taken the precaution of the battery. But I see what you mean.
I'd like to place this in safekeeping until we can put some safeguards in place.
Oh! My mouse!
What are you going to do? He can't be allowed to get away with this.
What can I do? All my work is on his computers in his lab. I can't claim anything as my own, as I've nothing to show for it. I can't believe the university is going to sign a military contract for it. Why did I fall in love with him? How could I not have seen this coming? I told him everything.
Sweetie, look, it's not your fault. You were used. Let's face it, if you were a man, he'd treat you as competition to beat and would have found another way of getting what he needed. Never date a guy who's as smart as you. It won't end well. You know, in theory, if you built another machine, you could send yourself back in time, tell yourself to kick him in the bollocks, and never tell him anything about it.
I'll need a larger power source.
You know I'm kidding, right? Right?
original machine should still be there. I can do this. I only need the main server. Yes!
Jessica?
What went wrong? Oh. I'm sorry, but there's no other way.
Drop a